Alright, third time's a charm. Sorry guys, we've had lots of problems here tonight. I'm not going to say much except that the person who's doing this really needs to get on with it. That's all I'm saying. You know, he knows who they are. And it is raining. It is heavily raining in qualifying. Unlike it was dry on the other two attempts, because it is dynamic weather. And whoever was doing it was unsure if it was dynamic or custom. And it was dynamic if you restart before qualifying. Anyway. Oh no. Number one's left the session. Potato's left the session. He is one of our competitors. Oh! That's not good. Apparently one of our drivers who were supposed to be here could not show up because they got into the game too late because they started without, and that is a pretty unfortunate moment. I hope we can get him back in. I do believe it's Potato who is a reserve today. I do believe he is racing the Aston Martin. Look at our scoreboard right now. As you can see, we have Lewis at the top of 42. Marcel Grosny is on 40. Taze Leroy is on 32. Now Taze Leroy is not here this week. He has been replaced by Potato, who's having problems joining. Verhanen is in 4th for 30. Fruitful is in 5th for 29, who won last week. No incidents to go over. There was an incident investigated and there was no further action. Oh no! Ashida has been given a 5-second penalty for a collision with Debo. And look, it's done damage to him. That is pretty unfortunate. Now, I'm not sure if anyone else got a penalty in that, but that is very unfortunate for Ashida. As Yonner Lion is the first to start a lap. We do apologise for the earlier attempts. There were a lot of problems, and as a result, we had to abort those attempts. So if you did see broadcasts earlier, then they're only like 3 or 4 minutes long because they failed. This is the attempt that's going to count though. Hopefully. As we see Yarnolion on his lap right now. There's a bit of a contrast. You see a couple of the drivers are trying to do it on intermediates. Now remember, the setups are very different now due to the new handling model in play. So the drivers here tonight may be slower than yesterday. Now that is not because they've got much worse at the game. That is because they have the new handling model. It's much slower than the old one, because the 2021 cars are actually slower than the 2020 ones. So please not be too confused, as Wrench has, I think he might have blocked Yarno there. It's a bit naughty. As Yarno finishes the first lap of what should be the set. Oh, we've lost Ashida. Ashida has actually given up. As Yarno crosses the line of a 130. That, yeah, he is going to start at the back. It doesn't matter about that penalty. As we do see cars coming around the final few corners to start a lap. Here's our championship leader, Lewis. Now remember, you don't have to choose. You're not forced to run on. Oh goodness me, Lewis having a cold brown moment at the Della Roggia. Oh, and Vanderbrug's gone. Vanderbrug with a spin out of Lesmo 2. Oh, that is a horrible incident. And that will be him starting at the back of the grid. The back row anyways. We're having a problem. We can't be getting Potato. Potato cannot join the lobby. That is really unfortunate. As we see Lewis finishing off his lap. Don't know where the rain came from. It took that long to get started. Here comes Lewis round the final corner, the Parabolica, the very world famous Parabolica, and he will set a time of 1:33.64 on intermediates. I think we got to the part where inters and wets seem to be at equal footing. Verheyen goes fifth. Oh, we've lost Kev. Kev with an incident at, I do believe that's the Della Roggia, and there he is. Oh my goodness. It is absolute chaos here at Italy, and we've only been in the session for not even 6 minutes. And oh geez, there's a squabble at the Variante by the looks of it. I don't know what's happened. I think Jarno Loyen was trying to let drivers through. Look at all the water there. If this was real life, would this be even happening? Oh, Jarno Loyen's actually went fastest. Now, because these wet tyres, they last longer, they're not going to lose much grip. These are going to be on for like yonks. Like more than one lap, unlike the soft slicks. Spaghetti Chip struggling around the final corner, but he will come to the line with the 5th fastest time of the session. Once again, we do apologise for any lobby incidents. Remember, F2, 3 and 4 are happening right now. They're just they're starting the race. And then, oh, Josh Sidney's out. What happened there? Now, we need to see what happened. I do believe he is parked outside the pit lane. Oh, he's right at the pit lane. That is really unfortunate. And that'll be the end of his session. He will not be any higher than 8th. Verheyen improves to 4th. KTF Wrench coming across the line. He goes fastest first to go under 1:30 in this session. As we now take a good look at Old Wine. Now, Old Wine caused a crash last week, which brought out the safety car, but for some reason it went unnoticed. Oh no! But now we've lost Spaghetti Chips! This is horrible! We're not even halfway through the session, and we've lost 5 drivers! I know the new handling model comes out, but surely you're going to play it cautiously. I'm not meaning to criticise drivers or anything, but... Oh, no! We've not just lost Jarno Loyen. We have not just lost Jarno Loyen. We have! Oh my goodness me. And Raggy is struggling in these positions. He's actually in the Aston Martin when he's supposed to be in the Alpine. That's not right. He should be the Alpine. That is a mistake. So whatever he scores will be probably going to the Aston. 10 minutes remaining and we've only got 11 drivers on track. It's been absolute wash. As we see Verheyen coming across the line to set another lap. It's looking very fast. It's second. 1:30.017. Oh boy. Wrench has gone half a second faster. And on a 1:29.498. Ow, I've hurt myself. That's not good. See Old Wine coming around the final corner. And he has set the 7th fastest time. I'm just shocked there's so much crashing happening. Raggy, that's not how you navigate the Parabolica, sir. Zexer finally setting a lap of 1:51.9. Actually, Marcel is second, 9.627. Coming around the final corner now should be Debble, but he is invalidated, so we're not going to watch him any further. Someone's off in the grass. Verheyen is on another lap. It's been setting a lot of drivers. Oh my god! There's been a massive crash in PSGL F2 at the Alboreto corner. As Verheyen went third, there's been a massive crash that's eliminated the top three who were currently at that point. Oh my goodness! That's unbelievable. I've never seen that before. Don't know what happened there. But anyway, we continue the session. Zexer, coming around the final corner, will set a more legitimate lap time. A 1:31.62, good for 12th. Joel is on a lap again. 7 minutes left in the session. Is the lobby bugged again? Oh my god, it seems like the lobby has been bugged in F2. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention. I'm just checking what happened. Yeah, it seems like a bug have taken out the top runners. Top time still wrench, and there's a crash there. Lewis has spun at the Parabolica. I'm still calling it the Parabolica, by the way, like it or not. Fruitful, who won last week at Zandvoort, when the game was much better, somewhat. Let's not talk about Thursday. And he will cross the line with a 1... well, he's not improved. Joel is starting a lap now. There we go. Oh, what was that on the track? Oh, that's probably just the reflection of the puddles. There's so much standing water here. The Great Italian Weather. Is Fruitful still setting laps? This can't be right. He just stayed on the one compound. Some drivers you see on intermediates and others on wets, which is interesting. Right, we're going to go on board with Joel, who's just come out of the oh my goodness! He went fully on the grass. Let's go on board with him now. Be careful not to hit the curb, especially in these conditions. Joel on a lap right now. I'm still seeing what happened in PSGL F2. Apparently a glitch happened and it took out all the big names. It took out Riese, Hadler and Corny, which is crazy. Joel coming towards Scari now, what's called the approach, and it is Curva Violoni and Variante Scari. And as he gets through there nice and clean, oh, he's still in bounds somewhat. Heading down to the Parabolica, named after the late great Michele Alboreto, who won the Caesars Palace Grand Prix in 1982. The best Grand Prix ever. Oh my goodness me, Joe nearly loses it, but he managed to keep it on and only jumps at one place. 13 viewers, welcome to you all. Remember to check out F2, F3 and F4 also running right now, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Lots of you people who watch these are actually not subscribed. So if you want to increase the potential audience of this, you should subscribe if you want to be notified of all the other races that happen. And also join our Discord. And oh dear, Joel has completely messed that one up. That's the end of him. And also like our Twitter page, follow our Twitter page. I always say like the Twitter page, that's Facebook. We do not have a Facebook. Well, not an active one anyway. There was an active one, I'm sorry, but it's not anymore. Luris is currently on a lap right now, he's in 7th. Old Wine coming through the sky, wow, he's fastest in Sector 2. Very nicely out of Ascari, coming down the runaway to Parabolica. As that yellow flag should not be there. Coming out the final corner is Old Wine. Be careful not to go too far wide or that will be an invalidation. And Old Wine has went 5th. Marcel coming out of the final corner. Hoping to go even faster. Looks like the weather is too wet for intermediates. You see all the wets are on. Actually, should check what the best time has been on. Actually, Lewis and Debo have been on inters, so you never know. As Marcel comes across the line, and he goes fastest. The 1:29.177. Wrench will have a big ass to do that. Or Wrench has a big ask. Wrench has a big mountain to climb, let's say. As Debo has invalidated. Lewis is struggling in these conditions. Wrench coming down to the Parabolica now. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Still checking the crash that happened, by the way. It was really weird. It wasn't caught on camera by Jess, but wow, that's bizarre. Wrench has improved, but not improved enough. He needs to try again, and time is ticking away. Old Wine trying to improve on his 4th, but he's actually slower in Sector 2. Look at the rain peltering it down as he comes out of the Parabolica. And oh, Yarno Lion is out. Not Yarno Lion, Debo is out. Debo has lost it at, I believe, the middle of Lesmo. Oh, he's right off the track. That's the end of his session. No higher than 10th. Verheyen coming out to the final corner now. Actually is starting another lap. He was backing off in the previous one. Raggy coming around the final corner. He was in the wrong car. He should be in the Alpine. Oh gosh, nearly loses it. Zexer is invalidated. So the next driver we should be watching for is Fruitful, who is faster in Sector 2 than he was previously. Now how will he do in Sector 3? He's coming around the final corner now. There's an incident down at the Retifio as they come across the line. Fruitful is 4th. 1:29.761. Coming to the final corner now should be Wrench. He wants that pole position back, and he wants it bad. Oh, very wide out of the corner, but is it good enough? No, it's not! 1:29.275, and Verheyen's crashed at the Lesmo. Where's Joe gone? He's going to start another lap. Time is running out. I cannot see how much time is left. 8 seconds. Oh, Joel is struggling in the retifil. That may be the end of his session. Harmon goes third. I think Marcel's going to do another lap. Oh, he's invalidated. It doesn't really matter. So it's up to everyone else to set a time. It's not going to be the Aston Martins. They have invalidated. Will Fruitful do it? There he is, coming to Ascari. He's the one that's closest to the finish line, who's currently on a valid lap. Never mind! He's invalidated at Ascari. Now, Lewis. Coming to... Actually, no, he crossed the line. That can't be right. He's still on a lap. It's been like a minute. Surely he can't have took less than a minute to get around there. But whatever it is, Harmon's retired actually. He will be third by the looks of it. Lewis comes across the line and he doesn't get the lap, it does seem. Which is a real shame. Now Wrench, what will he do? Has he got faster? Yes, he has! He takes pole position! 4 now, and I think, yeah, that is pole position, and Joel has actually lost it at the Parabolica. Wrench gets a last gas pole position, and he's singing in the rain tonight. He's on pole position. A 1:29.07, and that'll be good enough for pole. In a chaotic qualifying session, Joe crosses the line with a broken front wing. Please fix that for the race. 21 viewers, welcome to you all. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the PSGL channel, please do so now. It increases our reach to potential new watchers. And it also increases our profits. Well, we don't do this for the money. Absolutely not. We do it for the love of the sport. And that's the one thing we're most proud of. Can Raggy please... Old Wayne please retire? Okay, thank you. Simulation damage is on, by the way. As you not remember, it's been on since the start of this week, I do believe. Oh yes, I haven't mentioned it in the stream. I mentioned it last night. But, as you can see, Ishida and Van der Brugge have not set a time. That is your grid. As I tell you right now, simulation damage is on, so you've got to be extra careful of who you clash wheels with. I'm trying to remember what's the word. But something... I forgot the... Grind horns or something? That sounds wrong, I know. But anyway, let's get the race on the show. We've been waiting a whole 50 minutes for this. The race. Longer than usual, I do apologise. Just get everyone set up. Alright, let's see what the drivers have chose. Remember, it's wet, so they don't have to choose a tyre compound. As you can see, only 4 drivers opting to take the softs, everyone else on the mediums. Those who are on the softs are Verhanen, Jarnolion, Old Wine, and Debo Izilleri. Should be a medium soft race, unless the safety car comes out and decides to change everyone's mind. Be interesting to see how the soft runners will do against the medium runners when we get to the point of pitting. Undercuts, overcuts, etc. I see Ishida is at the bottom there because he did get a 5-second time penalty. It did not matter, he did not set a time. Sorry guys, I'm just running through to see if no one's glitched, because remember what happened to Jess? So what I'm checking is that everyone is in working order, every camera. There's predicted pit stop strategies as we speak. As Wrench makes his way around the final corner, only got 10 viewers so far. I think we're about 20, but everyone seems to have gone. See a comment. I do not know what that is, that comment. I do not know what that means, but it's definitely very inappropriate. Please don't put comments like that. Anyway, here we go, the race. We are waiting for everyone to line up. And they have in an orderly fashion. And now the race can begin. So, after a long wait, we are going to get underway here in F7. Lights out, they're off the grid. And it's a great start from Wrench. But here comes, look at this, Verhanen going in the outside trying to pass Marcel Grosny. Him and Harman battling out for second as well as they head into the first corner. It's going to be very difficult with simulation damage on. There doesn't seem to be much trouble. Oh, there is trouble actually at the back. There was damage. By the looks of it, it's a virtual safety car due to the damage that was left there at the Rettifio. I almost said Lesmo. That is incorrect. But Wrench has kept the lead. Harman in second. Yarnalion in third. Wait. Yarnalion has lost his entire front wing. Oh no! That's the worst case scenario, and he will have to pit for that. I did say you have to be very careful with the simulation damage on, and unfortunately Yarnalion has paid the price for not doing so. So he will have to pit. There is no way you're running in that. As the top two getting very close for comfort there. As safety car is turned off, now Harman is going to try and attack Wrench at the parabolica. It doesn't work. You'll have to try again. Oh dear, Yarnalion went very wide, and he's got to be careful of letting all the other drivers through. Look at this, Fruitful and Verheyen. And oh, it looks like there's an incident further back. Raji has lost his front wing as well. That's not a good start for those two. As look at this, Harman's going for it! Harman's going for the lead, but it's not going to work. Now remember what happened yesterday. Don't mention anything about it because there's lots of toxicity surrounding it and I don't want to be reminded of it. I'm not that kind of F1 fan. 4 drivers have pit for damage. Lewis going for 7th place on spaghetti chips, weaving left and right. It's a bit controversial, and Raggy has retired from the race. Oh, and look at this though, Lewis gets past spaghetti chips for 2nd, a great move, and Fruitful is past Verheyen for 5th. Already some great battling going on as the top 3 are battling for the lead. Harman, Wrench, and Old Wine. Well, it's not in that order, but you know what I mean. Coming through the sky, I've got to be very careful on this. It's a very tricky section of the track, and Old Wine has went wide. That might get him a warning. As they head around Parabolica for the 2nd time tonight, DRS will be turned on once they have reached the finish line. See the fastest laps just switching around everywhere now. How's Harman going to fare here? Is he going to go for the lead again? To be fair, I have had meetings with Tom97. He's actually concerned that the real life F1 and the esports are very influential to the new drivers, to the drivers in league racing. They want to try and make dive bombs look cool. And look at this, Harman's going to try and make a move on Wrench. No, he backs out. Playing it safe. He doesn't want to overtake there. He wants to wait for the DRS, I think, but no, it's not working. He is losing time. Old Wine on softs. He may have the advantage over both of these drivers. As they come around Lesmo, the DRS will be turned on full blast. There go the wings. I don't think these wings are supposed to be like that. If you saw the real race, then they're much different. Harman looking at a move, but it's not going to work. Yeah, me and Tom97, or Tom Martinez and PCF2 were having a talk about are the standards of league racing starting to become a little too violent, and that's why they've turned the simulation damage on. Harman, I can't really remember everything that was said, but you know, he was a bit concerned about the aggression was getting too much, as we see the DRS coming in full play for Harman. He takes the lead over Wrench, and look at this! Oh, White's gonna go on the move for Wrench! On the inside, we've got to see this! No, he holds on. That's a very good move from Old Wine, but it isn't going to work. Not yet, anyways. Great defense from Wrench. We come around for a shot at the chicane. No moves here. One of the drivers playing it safe. Oh, the gap's starting to build up between Harman and Wrench. Harman is Wrench struggling? I mean, yes, we have new handling models. It's going to be a bit difficult to get used to the adjustments. I'm not a really big fan of change, but here's Old Wine. What I like to see referring to change is changes in the standings. As we see them come around the parabolica once again. Will there be any changes in the pecking order here? Will Old Wine make a move on Wrench, who is struggling on this setup? DRS on for both drivers. Getting very close as Old Wine. Wrench moves to the right. And has successfully defended the position from Old Wine. Oh jeez, he got very close there. As Vandenbrug has a 3-second time penalty, by the way, and is chasing down Ishida. Actually no, he just got past. Oh, Zexer's out! Zexer is out at the Ascari, and that is both Aston Martin's out. Well, I'd say Alpine, but I forgot to change the car. Doesn't look like we're getting a safety car. Because it's just showing up as a yellow flag for me. So we continue on. And Old Wine is right behind Wrench. He's looking for a move right here, right now, before the Ascari. And if he wants to do it, he has to do it now. No, he's just backed out again. He has to stop doing this, or it might regret it. As Harman has went wide at the Ascari. Remember, you will get penalised if you go too wide too far many times. Far too many times. I apologise once again, my vocabulary about English is horrendous. Oh! We've lost 2 drivers! Well, one of them spun, and one of them has lost position. I can't go back to it because Old Wine is making a move on Wrench. Going side by side into the rectifield. This might end in tears if they're not careful! Oh my goodness me, that was a tight squeeze, but it looks like Old Wine has got the job done. But now Wrench is surrounded. He has no damage, but now Marcel and Fruitful are surrounding him, and who is going to get the edge at the Deli Roggia? Marcel's up into 3rd. Wrench now sandwiched in between those 2 challengers. Fruitful wants to make a move right now. That's a bit aggressive to make it at Lesmo. But he's going to move it here. He's got much more traction out of Lesmo and takes 4th place just like that. Wrench is struggling. And not because he's on the mediums. Has he botched his setup? Let's see what everyone is saying in the chat as I can. It's not Byron, it is Otaku Logan. I am Otaku Logan. I haven't actually introduced myself. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Marcel now chasing down Old Wine. Half a second separates the 2. Now it's 4 temps. It's 3 temps. It's 2 temps. Here he comes! But he backs out. That ruined my chance of getting a scream there. I haven't opened up chat yet. Yeah, okay, you sound familiar. Oh, yeah. I'm your typical Scottish person anyway, so. With a girly voice. 22 years old. As Fruitful was tempting to make a move on Marcel, but oh, looks like we have an incident. It's Kev. He spun at the same place he did last time, the Lesmo, the middle of the Lesmo, and he's ghosted with Harman. He will have to cede the position there because he is under blue flag conditions. Ishida has a 20-second penalty. I have absolutely no clue how he got that, but okay. That is a mystery. I may have missed something. As we see Marcel. Oh, Wine has made a mistake out of the parabolica and loses a position. And now Fruitful's going to come breeze past him. Marcel into 2nd, Fruitful into 3rd. It has gone all wrong for Old Wine. And he might lose many positions yet as Spaghetti Chips is just behind Wrench, who is still struggling. I don't know what has happened. Has he put all of the emphasis into a wet setup for qualifying? Anyway, there's a bit of a train happening for the 5th position. So you've got Lewis, and then we've got Wrench, Spaghetti Chips, Devil, Josh. Get that horrible camera view out of my way. That's the worst camera view you can imagine. And Kev is spun off at the Lesmo, and that is the end of his race. Fruitful making a move on Marcel, and into 2nd place he goes. Fantastic move from the Fruitful Mercedes. These are some very fruitful moves, I have to say. And now Old Wine's on the back of Marcel. He remembers what happened at the Parabolica and he wants to redeem himself on this occasion. It doesn't look like he's going to get it. Now he's got to be careful. This is where he nearly lost it and had to surrender these 2 positions. He will have the DRS. Marcel has no DRS. No, he does have the DRS. I'm sorry. I forgot that it's very early. And here comes Old Wine into the... No, it's not happening, but look at the battle happening behind him. Big battles here as Spaghetti Chips in 6th now. Oh my goodness, they're nearly touching each other as they come out of the Rettifilo. But it is Spaghetti Chips in 6th right now, but Wrench is right behind him. And Wrench, once again, has been struggling with his car setup. Now, is he starting to get used to it? Why do you keep showing these used Codemasters? They're not helping you. Look, I missed that move that Devil's going to make because the camera views are horrendous. They don't let you change it. That's not even a TV camera view. That's just a lazy onboard view. Oh no! Oh no! Josh Sidney has lost his entire front wing with that. What was that? He must have lost control of the car. And he's lost his front wing as a result, Josh Sidney. He just hadn't had a lucky. Oh my goodness me, Devil nearly loses it out of Ascari. Can this race get any more chaotic? Josh is losing positions left, right and centre. And I don't know what he's doing. He needs to let them guys through. Josh Sidney without a front wing, he goes well wide. And he will have to pit. Old Wine challenged by Lewis. Not too far away. I believe Josh. Oh my goodness me! Old Wine nearly causes a catastrophe with him and Lewis. And Lewis! I nearly lose my voice. Lewis nearly slides off after the Rettifilo. I'm starting to lose my voice. I do apologise. Maybe I'm not cut out for this job. He's locking up a lot. Remember, these are no assist tiers except for the line. As we see Lewis trying to get any closer to Old Wine. Remember, Old Wine, the only run... Old Wine and Spaghetti Chips are the only runners left on softs right now. 13 drivers remain and they're not only 3rd through the race. Sim damage is awful, many people are saying. I don't blame them. I think it's a bit... I know what they're trying to do at PSGL. They're trying to increase the standard of driving by making us more careful, but it seems to be backfiring. I hate to say it. Now, is anyone going to pit? Not yet. I don't think it's time to pit yet. Lap 11 has just begun. You see a battle for 9th happening. Debo is pit. Now, has he got a problem? To see Vandenberg, Devil's teammate, being challenged by Joel, is he? Joel going ready outside. He dives into the Rettifilo and they're nearly touching wheels here. And he's always pushed him on the grass. Will that be reviewed? He's into 8th, but my goodness me, that was some move. And now Rashida is going to try and get the move on Joel. The gap 2 tenths between the 2 drivers. He won't get it. Lewis is 3 tenths, 4 tenths behind Marcel. He's already passed Old Wine for 4th. Doesn't look like he's getting anywhere close to Marcel right now. as they head down the back straight once again. Gap decreasing to 4 tenths now. As there's a big battle here going between the Mercedes, the Red Bull and the AlphaTauri of Joel, Ishida and Vandenberg respectively. And my goodness, what was that there? Oh, there's been bat moves up there as well. Lewis has passed Marcel for third. Old Wine has pitted. And look at this, free wide down the straight. Ishida ahead of them all. Look at this battle between Joel and Vandenberg, but Joel holds on to 8 for now. This is getting a very feisty, very spicy action here at F7. And now Harman is... Gap is down to half a second with second place. Fruitful has cut the gap down. Will he get through? He will have the DRS. Goes to the left. Harman staying firm in the right. Coming through Ascari. Let's hope they get through clean. And they do! Harman has a penalty! Harman has a penalty, and that will be applied at the end of the race. Gap now 4 tenths. Here he comes, 2 tenths to gap, 1 tenth. Harman moves to the right. What is Harman going to do in this situation? Nothing, he's not going to challenge back the position. He'll have to stand pat. Look at this, a battle between Joel and Vandenberg once again. Vandenberg going on the inside. Oh, be careful there. Oh, and Vandenberg goes into Joel, but it looks like there's no damage between the two. And now they're going side by side through the Biasono. And Vandenberg is ahead of Joel now. But Joel now looking at the move on the inside. This is very dangerous. But my goodness me, they've kept it together through the Della Roggia. And now into the Lesmos they go. Looks like Joel has lost some ground on Vandenberg. He'll have to catch up before he gets to the next DRS zone. And now it's Joel's time to shine, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it. He is not... He's very far behind Vandenberg. Cuts the gap down somewhat, but it's not going to work. Not this time anyway. Let's get an update on Fruitful, our race leader right now. He won last week. He might do it again. He has a 7/10 gap over Harman. Meanwhile, Marcel chasing down Lewis for that last podium spot. How are Vandenberg and Joel doing here? I think the gap is coming down. Halfway through the race now, as Jarno Lion is trying to make a move on Old Wine, who's on much fresher mediums. He's just pit from the softs. It's very interesting. The gap is starting to build up and starting to go back down. Hello, Tim Backer. Good to see you here. Come on, guys, let's speak up. Let's have some discussion so I can have something to talk about while the race is happening during the downtime. And it's got to be related to this race. Nothing like politics, please. No politics. Absolutely not. No gossiping about Love Island, which is finished anyway, so... Ha! Gap now 6/10 between the two leaders. Will Harman have a chance to bite back and take the lead back from Fruitful? Try and prevent him from winning twice in a row. Can't get a move, but will Marcel make a move? No, he will not. Wrench's pit. He's doing the undercut. He's going on softs. So 13 laps of these will get him to the end. Oh, he's changed his wing. He's changed his wing as well. He must have damage. Didn't see that. Meanwhile, Yarno and Old Line having a good fight here. Yarno with a Y. Yes, Yarno is here. If you spell it with a Y anyway. Let's see how the two leaders are doing. The gap now 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Harman must have made a mistake out of Lesmo. Gap now 8 tenths, it's starting to fade away. Marcel though, still keeping a consistent gap with Lewis. It's half a tenth right now. He's actually gaining something without the DRS. Has he got more speed with his setup perhaps? Joel has the penalty. 15 laps in. Oh, he's pitting! He's going to do the undercut. Marcel is going to pit. This will be very important. It's a very nice stop. Don't be... yeah, it does that all the time, so please disregard that, as Vandenberg and Ishida have pit. Marcel has come out behind. Look at this! Jornaloyen and Old Wine battling for position! And Jornaloyen's done it! With much older medium tyres too! Old Wine is not holding back at all. He wants it back instantly! Coming to the Del Roggio. Will he make his move? Yes, he will. Oh boy, he got cut off by Jornaloyen there. He's actually struggling. Now his teammate's coming for him. Look out, here he comes. Old Wine's struggling. Marcel on the soft, he will have a massive advantage. DRS will be on full blast. Here he goes. Marcel going to make a move for 7th. Goes on the inside, approaching Ascari. And he's got it. Into 7th he goes. What has gone wrong with Old Wine today? He cannot keep up as the leaders of pit. Leaders of pit. Fruitful's in. Harman's in. Who is going to get out first? Oh my goodness, there's a glitch. They've ghosted into each other. Fruitful is coming ahead though. Lewis is actually the one that ghosted. That should not be happening. Very unrealistic. Spaghetti Chips has stayed out. Joel has stayed out. They're doing the overcut. And Fruitful and Harman have come out behind him. And look at this. Lewis have come into the battle between Marcel, Old Wine, and Jarno has pit. And I think at a good time too. He's put the softs on. Remember, he had to pit on the first 2 laps, I believe, because he had wing damage. Yes, he had wing damage. He was in 3rd during the virtual safety car, and as a result had to pit for a new wing. Half a second is the gap between the 2 net leaders, I'd have to say, because Spaghetti and Joel have yet to pit. They both have 3-second time penalties. Joel is 1 second behind his teammate, and oh, Harman goes very wide there. That might be another warning. Spaghetti has pit. I suspect Joel will do the same as they come round the Parabolica. No, he stays out, and he's going to give his teammate a boost. A very helpful boost that is. That is teamwork making the dream work right there. A great move from Joel to stay out and give his teammate the DRS slipstream. Oh dear! He got pushed off by Harman, I think. That's not what was supposed to happen, I suspect. It just looked like he got pushed there by Harman. Doesn't look like there's any damage between the drivers, but Joel now in 3rd place. I suspect he will pit. And Wrench has lost the position again. He's lost it to Ishida, our pole sitter. Might not even score some points. He has no penalties though. As Lewis is coming down to Ascari, right behind Marcel. Oh, look at this. He's got a great exit out of Ascari. He might as well take the position here. And he does! Into fourth he goes. Brilliant move from Lewis. Keeping it together. But now Marcel is going to be challenging him as Joe pits. Marcel wanting that third place now. And oh, Joe's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I forgot to notice that. Marcel going to the inside. Takes a look but decides, no, not today. Lewis makes a mistake at the retted field. That will probably neutralise this mistake. Third place at the taking. Up for grabs between these two drivers. But the two leaders are not far behind either. 6 tenths, but remember, Harman has that penalty. 3 seconds of penalties. And Ishida's got another penalty. He's up to 23 seconds of penalties. It's just getting worse for Ishida. Oh, Jarno's got a penalty now. Marcel's starting to fall back. Now remember, he did do the undercut on these 3 guys in front of him. Gap now 7 tenths between Harman and Fruitful. Harman should have the DRS on Fruitful. Not look like he's going to make any ground. Neither is Marcel. They're all starting to spread out. Question is, what will happen to the soft runners when their tyres are gone? Will the medium runners bite back? I think it's too late. Or maybe too early to say. Hold on! What's this? Has Fruitful made a mistake at the Della Roggia? He must have. And Harman takes the lead back, but remember he has a penalty. So he needs to make a 3-second gap at least. Now, I think he might have went over the curbs there. Doesn't look like there's any damage on Fruitful, so Harman staying ahead right now. But needs to make up a big gap. Oh, he's made a mistake out of Ascari. Now Fruitful's right next to him again. Very close to each other now. Need to be very careful out of here. The Parabolica. At this rate, Harman is only going to be third. And now he's very much at risk from being passed by Fruitful. And there he goes in nicely into the lead once again. No challenge from Harman. It's a firm first place once again for Fruitful. Now Oldwine is right behind Spaghetti Chips. He's going for a move on the inside. My goodness me! Spaghetti Chips he nearly collides with. Backs up in the end and loses some valuable time to Spaghetti Chips. That's a lovely name, by the way. 7 laps remain in this already hectic race. We haven't had a retirement since lap 8, I think. Which is, I dare I say it, very impressive. Got now 4 attempts. Seven attempts now. It is starting to break up. Drift away even further as Debo's right behind his teammate. 6 attempts on the medium tyres though. But when you're passing, I think it's more important to have straight line speed. Check Fruitful and loose warnings. I can only see the penalties. I can't check the warnings on this game. It doesn't let you. Just the tyres. Just the penalties. Harman has 3 seconds though, so at this rate, he is going to be third. He's 1 second behind, well, 2 seconds ahead of Lewis. Oh, Fruitful's made another mistake at the Della Roggia. Going to race right and collecting. I don't want to do that. It would interfere with the action. We want to show you this action. I am duty bound to commentate on. 3 temps the gap now. Harman getting ever closer, going into Ascari, but no, Fruitful still ahead. Fruitful's made a mistake at the Ascari. Now they come out of it, and I'm sure Harman's going to have the straight line speed, but no, he's only got dirty air. Getting very close. He's going to attempt to move at the Parabolica. This may be wicked cool as he goes for it, and he is. This is brilliant, and he's in it. He is ahead once again, and I'm sure he's going to have the DRS coming out of it. No, he's not. Fruitful isn't either. I'm not sure if it's even on. But anyway, Harman in the lead once again, but he needs to make a 3-second gap if he wants to win this race outright. As Oldwine has been overtaken by Van der Broek for 6th place. It shows that the medium runners are inferior right now. Wrench on the back of Debo. Hey, he's making some places. It's good for him. He's been struggling all day with his setup by the looks of it. As look at this, Joel and Josh Sidney having a battle for 12. Oh, Harman's gone! Harman! He had one job, and it's a safety car. I don't believe it. He was on for a podium finish, but he has crashed out at Lesmo 2. Oh, what a shame. He is out of the race. Fruitful will have a clear lead, but it ain't over till it's over. There could be a couple of laps to go once the safety car is done with. The safety car, which is unreduced by the way, has come out, and this has neutralised the field. Has this given Oldwine and Debo a lucky escape? They can switch can they take the risk of going to the softs? Because remember, look at all the penalties. I'm going to put it on the penalties now. No, Oldwine's staying out, Debo's staying out. As you see, Joel and Josh Sidney battling still when it's actually supposed to be a safety car. I'm going to put it on the penalties now. Josh Sidney, the only driver on hards. I suspect he's not going to be in that for any longer. Actually, him and Joel are both pit. Wait, what's happened to Spaghetti Chips? What? Well, that happened. That was weird. Spaghetti Chips jumped ahead of Van der Broek. Van der Broek jumped ahead of Spaghetti Chips for a minute, and then he didn't. Josh Sidney has fallen back because he had to serve his 5-second penalty, which he accumulated earlier in the pits. I do believe that was for speeding in the pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure what a Sheeder got a penalty for. I'm going to check Race Director now because there's nothing happening. Penalty. It just says he got a penalty in 19th. See that? 23 seconds. Why did he get 23 seconds off? It only says he got one penalty. That can't be right. You can't get 23 seconds in one full swoop. I will have to check on that. I will be checking the warnings now. Fruitful has one warning. Actually, maybe two. Lewis has 3 warnings. And remember, these are not all corner cutting warnings. They could be for collisions. So I can't be entirely accurate on them. I'd imagine, because it's the start, just 2 warnings for both drivers. So there'll be 2 laps to go, I suspect, under the safety car. As Fruitful is making his way around the Della Roggia. This is going to be crucial. It's going to be for the win. It is now anyone's game because of what happened to Harman. 2 warnings for Lewis and 1 collision warning. That's what I was about to say. So now be careful now. Any mistake, it could be game changing. And this goes for every racer. Safety car, I have been told, will come in this lap. It doesn't say so yet, but I know it's coming in. There he goes. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout to determine the winner in F7. Do not change your channel. Whatever you do, this is going to be a crazy battle for the victory. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be... I've lost anything I could describe this, but it is going to be crazy, I tell you that. Fruitful will lead the field away. No one can overtake him until he gets to the finish line. That's the rules. What is Fruitful going to do? When is he going to go? He's still holding them together. He's approaching line. He's went for it. He's put his foot on the floor. And what is happening? Lewis is going to go for a move, it looks like. Lewis coming very close to Fruitful. Is he going to challenge for a move into the first corner? He goes to the left. Fruitful staying to the right, and he holds on to first position for now. And oh, he makes a bit of a slide, and this gives Lewis an opportunity to pass him at the curve of Persona. The gap now 1/10. They're right next to each other. Lewis going into the inside. Fruitful has to stay on the outside of this curb. It's going to be side by side into it. Fruitful still holding on. Lewis, and there's an incident in the back. Oh, Wayne has spun off, but this is the battle we're more concerned about. The 2 leaders fighting for the lead. Fruitful has somehow managed to hold on into the Lesmos, and now there's no DRS. They've got to do pure skill, brute force. Lewis trying to make a move now onto the outside. Into Ascari he goes, but no, Fruitful hangs on somehow. And now Marcel's coming back into play because of their squabbling. There's 9 seconds of penalties there. Vandenberg is in the 4th right now, by the way. And Wrench and... oh my goodness, there's a massive battle happening here for... what is it? 6th position. And it is absolute chaos here, but we can't go to that. It's going to be the final lap. The top 4, top 5 are coming to the line now. The final lap. Marcel Grozny is going to challenge for 2nd place. Lost a lot of time, has Lewis. He's going to go to the inside. It's getting very feisty. Going into the chicane. But the order stays the same by the looks of it. It does, but look what's going on at the back here. Oh, it's chaos. It's chaos. But... Joel barges his way through. Now what's happening? The leader, Lewis, is going for the lead again. We're Fruitful going into Della Roggia, probably the most dangerous place to do it. Oh, he gives Fruitful a nudge. Has this done any damage? No, somehow it has not. There's still much battling going behind there. I have no idea what's going on there. This is way more important. It's for the win, for goodness sake. The gap is now 4 attempts. It's not going down any further. This is great enough for Fruitful. Fruitful just has to keep it together and he'll be your winner. They come through Sky for the final time. Marcel starting to lose time to Vandenberg, but he's got 9 seconds of penalties. I think it's not going to be changing at all. I think Fruitful has managed to hold on long enough to take the race win. Here he comes around the final corner. Marcel goes wide, but I don't think it will matter much. He'll get a podium. Fruitful's going to win in F7. Lewis gets 2nd, Marcel 3rd. Vandenberg will fall right down the order, and I suspect, yep. Reg gets 4th. After all that struggle, he still manages to get 4th. And I do believe Spaghetti Chips will get the final... that can't be right, surely not. It says Spaghetti Chips has not finished. That is definitely wrong, though. I do believe he is in the top 10 somewhere. But your winner tonight is Fruitful once again. He won in Zandvoort, and now he's won in Monza. Whew. Get me a glass of water. Then again, I always say that. Can't do interviews, by the way. got to be somewhere, which is a shame. As soon as I can. I was going to do F6 because that guy pulled out, but that's not happening now. Wow. Right, we now have to check the results. See the results. Alright, Spaghetti Chips is 4th. Alright, so it's amended the results. It is 4th for Spaghetti Chips. There's your top 3. Fruitful, Lewis, and Marcel Gruzny. Whew, what a top 3 that was. And there's your DNS. Harmon could have been on for a podium today, but he lost it at Lesmo. And the fastest lap goes to Jarno, so he gets an extra point. But Fruitful now extends his lead in the championship with that win. Actually, no, he doesn't add the lead. That was, I'm thinking of Lewis. No, he's cut the lead down by 4 points. Lewis now on 54. Marcel on 50. Fruitful should be now on 45, so he's in 3rd place in the championship. 9 points behind the championship leader. I do get these drivers confused because, let's be honest, they need a rest. Right, that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for F7. Go watch F1 right now. It is on. It is into the race, actually, because we started very late. So go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Otaku Logan. I will see you next week for Silverstone, my home race. Well, not really, I'm Scottish. But anyway, I will see you in Silverstone next week, and a very good night to you all.